Back to school, back to germs. Yes, it is that time of year again. Let's talk about how to get ready for those back to school germs and those top 5 infections we need to be aware of, and how do we protect ourselves and our aging family members from them. Let's talk about it, y'all. As we prepare the little ones to return to school, and hell, some of them already been in school for a week or so, but some of them are just going back here after Labor Day in certain parts of the country. We already know what's coming home, y'all, and it ain't just homework. Am I the only one that's aware of that? These cute, cuddly, walking biohazards are gonna bring home every virus, bacteria, cough, and sniffle within a 10-mile radius of your home. And truth be told, that cough ain't too cute when it skips from kindergarten to grandmother's house and then she in the hospital. Yeah, these pediatric petri dishes be out here trading germs at school like adults trading stocks on the New York Stock Exchange. And guess who are the first ones to catch whatever heebie-jeebies they bring through the door? Us, the grandparents, any other family member that come in that house, the dog, the cat, the mouse, and any other pet you got in that house gonna be sick as a dog. Yeah, and I did mention dog. And as I said, we always learn together. So you heard me mention petri dish. Yes, this is a shallow dish that we use in the laboratory to grow bacteria, viruses, and fungus to see what it is sensitive to, so we know what appropriate antibiotic to put you on, and also to get a more definitive diagnosis of what you may be dealing with. See, now you know what a petri dish is, and you learned it here first at Priority Mail. Here's the science, family. As we age, no matter how good you think you look at 50, when 50 the new 35 or possibly 30, whatever sliding scale they got it on today, but our immune system slows down, okay? It doesn't respond as quickly. It's still there functioning, but it's just a little slower. And that's one of them $10 words you see on that screen there called immunosenescence. All right now, family, so basically what immunosenescence means is that grandma can cook the meanest pot of greens on this side of heaven that'll clear your colon and your soul, but her body will struggle to clear the common cold. Now, our grandparents may have survived Jim Crow, but we got to do all we can to make sure they survive these back-to-school germs. Because as older adults, our grandparents, and some of us that have chronic conditions, we're at higher risk for complications, hospitalizations, pneumonia, and even death, y'all, from these simple conditions and germs that these kids bring home this time of year. Yep, a simple runny nose in kids will have you lying in repose as an adult. And for those that don't know what repose is, that's like when the Pope died and they had his body stretched out for everybody to come by and see it. Yeah, or any dignitary here in this country that died and you had a body at the Capitol, that's lying in repose. Again, that simple runny nose might have you lying in repose. Now let's briefly talk about the top 5 infections that these little ones will bring home this time of year. And at the top of the list, influenza. Yeah, this spreads faster than any gossip in the school, the community, or the church. Yep, and COVID-19 is always lurking in the shadows like that one X that just won't go away. And RSV, respiratory syncytial virus. This can be mild in kids, sometimes severe, but it can be very deadly and dangerous to elderly. Leads to a very severe lung infection, y'all. And strep throat. The kids bounce back with pep in their step, and we down for the count for days on end. And the notorious norovirus. This is one of the most contagious stomach viruses out there that, trust me, you do not want. It comes with stomach pain, pooping and puking, and sometimes at the same time. So how do we stop the spread of germs, y'all? Let me get out the way. Y'all take a screenshot of this, but basically, prevention is love. Hand washing, sanitizing, vaccines, masking up if sick, and maybe not letting the little precious one kiss grandmother on the mouth after sneezing. And those vaccines, y'all, they're like seatbelts. You hope you don't need to use it, but when you need to use it, you're glad you got them. Bottom line is, protect your elders like you protect that coveted Wi-Fi password, because once those back-to-school germs get in, they spread throughout the entire house. Hope y'all got something out of this one. See you soon. Peace and blessings.